Welcome back programmers. In the previous video we created the object for model and we stored that object's data through this content. So in the today's section we are going to do same thing, but in this video we are going to update the data. For example, if you want to change the Logan to Wolverine, so how you can do this? And for that we are going to use the update method. Just go on the Django REST framework.org and you will find all of the details about update in the serializations. So this is how you can create the update method in your serializers. First you have to write the update functions. The argument you have to add is instance validated data. Both argument is required. Now validated data is obviously the data coming from the front end. For example, if you write any data, it will store in here, and if you post the data, it will store it in validated data. Now what is instance? Instance is nothing but the instance of your model object, that particular object. In our case, if you want to change this particular one ID data, so instance is nothing but this model's instance, one model instance. And then instance dot whatever column you want to change, you can change it. So let's do this. Just go in your serializers.py, create a function named update. You have to pass self, instant and validated data. Again, instance is our model objects and validated data is coming from data front end. Okay, let me open my models. As you can see, we got the 5 field in my model: first name, last name, age, roll number and past. Now let's say you don't want to change the age, so you can't write the age in the update section, but I want to change all of this stuff. So what I can do, now remember, instance is nothing but our model objects, so you can directly write like this: instance dot, let's say first name, this is my model field name, equal to validated data dot get. Now why did I use the validated data dot get? Because if someone is writing the update section in here, so he will write like this in the JSON format. So we can grab all of this value. For example, if you want Logan, so you can directly get this Logan by just writing dot get first name, or if you want the Howlett, you can write like this Howl last name. And for that, in the our case, we first field we need the first name, so just write the first name in here and the instance dot first name. Now remember, first name is in the string format. Okay, so copy this and create data for all of the fields. As you can see, I created the instance for all of this field which I have in my models. Again, instance.field name equal to validated data.get field name or whatever data is coming from, and instant.field name. Now remember, if you don't want to do all of this stuff, what you can do, you can use the class based view. This is the function based serializer. So if you wanna use the model based serializer, which is nothing but the, you have to write serializers dot model serializers in here. So you can use the model based serializer and it will reduce all of this code. But in the future video I'm gonna talk about the model serializer. But for now, this is the very important, because you can't understand model serializers without understanding this stuff and how these things work. Okay, so now that you save all of the instance fields, in the instance you have to save the instance, and for that just write instant.save. Okay, now in here, as you can see, we are returning the data of all of the models validated data which we created in here in the create function. So obviously you have to return something in here. So what you can do, you can directly return the instance. Yes, this will work. Okay, now here's the interesting thing you wanna remember. Whenever you use the update equation, you can't just write the get and post. You have to write the put method. Now put is particular for update. Put means update in Django REST. Remember, put means update. Put means update. Now in here, I'm gonna change the decorator to get, put and delete, because we don't need to create any objects in here. So if you wanna create any objects, you can write the post, but we don't need to create object. We just need to update and delete and so watch some data. And for that, just write the get, put and delete. We can write the post in here. If you want, you can do this, but you wanna check for particular method. In here, as you can see, we are checking if request.method equal to post. In here, we are going to do the same thing. If request.method equal to put, it means someone is changing the data. Remember, put is in the capital. So just do all of the thing just like this. Copy this and paste it in here. Now we don't need the else condition right now. It will go in the else indirectly here. Now what I've hidden here. Now if you are in the details page and someone is trying to change the data, for example this is the data, and if you change the data login equal to Wolverine and click on the post, it will go in the update section in the serialization, because we are updating the data, and it will check all of the details like first name, last name, age, roll number and pass, so on so, and it will store all of the instance in the data. As you can see, validate data.get first name, last name, age, roll number and so on so. Oops, I passed the first name again. Okay, pass. And it will store all of the instance in here. It will save instance and it will return that instance. Now it will go in here. Now it will check if request.method equal to put. Yes, it's put method. Then it will create a serialization model, data equal to request data, because data is coming from the request. If you missed the previous video, please I recommend you watch the previous video. In the previous video I created the create method, and it is very important if you wanna learn this get, put and delete method. Put and delete method. Now then, if sh dot is valid, same sh dot 7, we don't need to. Now I'm not going to return the response of sh dot data. So put means update, and I'm updating this data. Then I'm validating that data and saving that data. So as you can see, I changed the API decorator equal to get, put and delete. And with the use of this get, put and delete decorator, I can delete, update and see all of this data. So let's try this. Let's reload the URL. As you can see, now allow option equal to option, delete, get and put. I got three options available: delete, get and put. Now if you wanna delete this particular object, which is the first object, so you can just click on the delete button. But we didn't put any algorithm to delete, so it won't work. We have to create a function to delete this particular object, a method. We are gonna do this later, but let's see if it's working or not. Let's update the data. I'm gonna change the first name to Wolverine. I'm gonna copy that data and paste it in here, and I'm gonna change the login into Wolverine. Then I'm gonna leave all of the other value as it is, and then just click on the put. Oops, I forgot one important thing. Sorry, I forgot important thing, which is nothing but the when you want to delete that particular element. For example, in our case, we are updating the particular details data, in our case login. So you have to fetch this. As you can see, we are scraping this one element, which is nothing but the pk id equal to primary key, you can say. Now we want this login to change, so we have to grab this particular id, which is pk. Now because we are editing that particular object, we have to pass that object, obviously. Now in here, as you can see, we are grabbing the old data equal to student data model dot objects dot get id equal to particular primary key. But what if we wanna change that particular id? So simply just copy this line and paste that line in here. As you can see, all data equal to student data model dot objects dot get id equal to particular id. Now because we are updating the particular existing data, we have to write this all data here. So all data equal to, or all data and data equal to request dot get. But if you forget this, let's try to remove this and let's try to add. Let's change it to login to Wolverine. So as you can see, I forgot to add the old data, and I'm gonna just directly change to Wolverine. So it will not change, it will create a whole new instance. Let's try put. As you can see, we got the Wolverine, but it created the whole new instance. When I reload the first element, as you can see, it still is login. But when I go in the API, as you can see, we got the Wolverine, a new whole field, or you can say a whole new instance. So we don't wanna do this. We wanna change that particular element. So what you can do, you can just directly write the old data in here, or whatever your data object name is in here. Again, first grab that particular object. I'm grabbing that particular object using the primary key. You can use the name, whatever you wanna field you wanna use, and then just write that object in here. Now let's try. I'm gonna reload this URL. Then I'm gonna write this object again, copy this and paste it in content, and change the whatever you wanna change. I'm gonna change the name equal to Wolverine. Now when I click on the post, as you can see, it perfectly worked. When I reload, as you can see, I got the Wolverine. Now when I reload the first element, as you can see, I am gonna get the Wolverine again and again. So as you can see, it's perfectly working. And now the last thing we wanna do is create a delete. And in here, as you can see in the student data API details, I just change the code and I write like this: if request.method equal to get, so do this. If request.method equal to put, so do this. Now the same thing I'm gonna do again. If request.method equal to delete, first of all I'm gonna grab that object and delete that particular object using .delete, and then I'm gonna just simply return the response of the error no data found. And for that, as you can see, I'm gonna use the 404 not found. I'm gonna copy this, return sh.error. Now we don't have to use the sh.error. You can directly return the response, just like the return response status equal to status.http 400 bad request. So let's try this. I'm gonna delete the last object, which is 8th. I'm gonna delete the last object, Leonardo da Vinci. So just click on the delete button and click on the delete. As you can see, I got the error http 400 bad request. It means now the 8th object is deleted. Now if I reload this, as you can see, I'm gonna get the error does not exist. Now why did I got this error? Because obviously I deleted that particular 8th object. Now if I don't want that object error, so what I can do, I can just go in here, if request.method equal to get, and in the last I'm gonna just write the else, or I can directly do this in here. I'm gonna cut this and use this as the try. I'm gonna use the try keyword, and in here I'm gonna use the except keyword. In the except I'm gonna raise the error. I'm gonna copy this error and paste it in that particular area. Okay, now if I reload this, as you can see, I got the error http 400 bad request. Now I don't want the bad request error because this is not the right error. I want the 404 error, which is not found because object is not found in here. 8th object is not there. So just I'm gonna remove this error and replace it with the 404 error and save it, and let's reload this. Let's try. As you can see, I got the 404 error, 404 not found. It means our model is perfectly working, and that was it. That was the easiest way to update and delete that particular object. Now all of this code is available in my allinonecode.com website. Check out now. Now if you learned something from this video, please like this video, share this video with the other programmer. Now if you don't wanna miss the next part, in the next part I'm gonna show the class based view. If you don't wanna miss that video, just hit on the bell icon. See you guys in the next video. Till then,